Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back to another edition of the Regional Review. It is a beautiful Thursday afternoon here in Otjiwarongo, and thank you guys for tuning in. And before we continue with our show today is World Tuberculosis Day. Please do stay tuned.
This is why we live.
Welcome back from our daily ad, viewers. First up in our news, Seneret Electrical Supplier in the Central North has donated 31,000 to Okamatapati Combined School in Ozonjupa region. This donation is to revamp the 4 hostel blocks at the school and also to ensure that learners receive education in a conducive environment. Spokesperson Charlie Matengu emphasized that education is the key, and also Seneret is very keen on education.
And these are the questions that we asked ourselves last week when we were busy with the budget. The very first question is, who is fundamental to our existence? And the second question is, how do we show appreciation to those that are fundamental to our existence? And to answer the very first question is, you are the people responsible, you are the fundamental elements to our existence, because without you, then we don't have energy consumers. Now, how do we show appreciation to that effect? We show appreciation to that effect by just making sure that we have a budget that sits on its own, which looks into corporate social investment. Now, when you come to education, this is one area that the institution, Seneret, is very much keen. We invest so much in education because we believe education should be a key, and it should be a priority to every corporate citizen. Even though we have a ministry that is responsible for education in the country, the impact of that education can only be felt if all stakeholders and team players, play an active role in making sure that we create a conducive learning environment for a Namibian child. It is so because a conducive learning environment has a psychological impact during learning. When students are having classes that are not up to standard, are learning in environments that are not up to standard, their cognitive levels become somehow impaired because there's quite a lot of obstructions and the environment is not really conducive, the heat and a couple of other things, the dilapidations. So that is why, as a company, we did not hesitate immediately when we received your letter that you needed to make sure that your school has that bright learning, cognitive effects on the learners. It's because we are trying to promote education.
It is indeed a privilege to see corporate companies honoring their social responsibility within the society. Next up in our news, a couple in Otjiwarongo is planning on suing the Otjiwarongo State Hospital. It is alleged that Yvonne Polman lost her baby due to nurses' negligence. Her husband, Rodney Polman, who is also an administrative officer at the hospital, says that his wife was admitted on Sunday, the 6th of March 2022, and was only operated on Tuesday after she had complained of abdominal pains. We hope that the Pullman family gets the answers they are asking for. In other news, a family in Ocho is seeking for justice after their relative Victor Gaiseb died in a supposed accident on the 10th of December 2022. The family is alleging that Victor was shot in the head by one of his gang members as he was part of a poaching gang that used to do illegal poaching around Ocho. It is alleged that he was shot in the head at an unspecified location and he was transported 5 kilometers outside of Ocho, and then the gang members faked a car accident. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of our news segment today. Now we head over to our news segment with Commercial Director of Nexus Group, Corey Labushkakni, and as well Rian Smith, who is the manager of Nexus Charcoal.
Thank you very much. My name is Corey Labushkakni. I'm the Commercial Director for Nexus Group, and I'm overseeing the Nexus Charcoal business. And this is Rian.
I'm the manager for Nexus Charcoal. I'm driving the business forward.
Being a construction and a civil company in Namibia for the past 30 years, there are a lot of challenges in terms of the current financial situation of the economy and the government. And we are reliable on a lot of government work. And I think that the whole industry has been hurt not only by COVID but by other reasons as well. That's the reason for us to diversify to charcoal. I think the charcoal, that Ochu is in the center of the charcoal hub, if I can call it like that. We have a lot of encroached bush around us, and that's the reason for doing it in Ochu as well. So I think for us it was a natural thought to diversify into the charcoal industry and see how we can uplift the Ochu community as well by providing work and bringing a new business added to our group of companies to Namibia as well and to Ochu.
Yeah, so once we took that decision to diversify, we started our process of investigating what businesses to diversify in. As Corey was saying, charcoal came up, and we did a thorough investigation into how we're going to set up this plant, because we didn't want to just set it up as the next plant or the already existing plants that's in Namibia. We've got a big construction background. We employ about 700 people in the construction industry, so we know how to work with people and how to operate businesses, especially remotely. And we wanted to take that advantage and that knowledge and start this business. So we started looking at charcoal about 2019. It took us a year to do thorough planning, investigation, designing of the plant, engineering of how we're going to lay out this plant. And finally, in 2021 February, we started with construction. And it took us about 6 months. We exported our first container in July 2021, our first real container to Portugal. Since then, we've just been growing and growing, obviously with the cash flow shortages or for a new business with cash flow and getting people to work and setting up your processes. It's been a slow start for us. But till to date, we're employing about 50 people in the charcoal industry, all local people here from Ochu, people that was jobless, that was standing on the streets or sitting at home, is now working for us. In the meantime, we've also started our harvesting leg, so we're planning on doing a certain portion of the charcoal that we export to harvest it ourselves. And that's also been going well.
Some of the major challenges in the charcoal industry is the social issue on the farms, and we are addressing that. Rian will elaborate on that. In the factory, the dust is a major concern to all factories. With our design, we've incorporated a extraction system, and then with the export, the problem at the moment is the availability of containers. Containers is a shortage at the moment. So there's only one shipping line that's currently providing containers, and all those containers needs to be divided amongst all the producers in the country, and it creates a big problem and a bottleneck at the harbour.
So Nexus Charcoal is not a only and first charcoal business in Namibia. Namibia is renowned for exporting charcoal to the world. So when we decided to enter this market, we didn't go with a onset to reinvent the wheel. I mean, there are lots of charcoal businesses here doing good business already in Namibia. So we had to really think out of the box. How are we going to do this differently? And can we really add value to the industry, already existing industry? So from the onset, we decided to see what's needed in the charcoal industry, and what social or other challenges there are, and trying to address that to see how we can do things differently. We, as was mentioned earlier, we also started our own harvesting leg, where we're going to harvest our own charcoal, bring in our own charcoal. And that's where we really concentrated a lot on how we're going to harvest and what do we want to aim with harvesting of charcoal. The charcoal industry or the charcoal product is just a byproduct from what we're trying to do, and that is trying to debush the farms and restore the savanna grasslands in Namibia. What other people are doing, or other charcoal companies are doing, they have choppers that goes in with hand and axes and chop these charcoal bush or the bushes, and then put it in kilns to make charcoal. And with our knowledge of the industry from construction and civils, we have extensive knowledge in operating machines and how to operate machines, and we thought we can use this knowledge and channel it towards the harvesting side. So we invested heavily in machines, and to do this more mechanically, and on a faster path. We don't want to sit on a farm for 2-3 years. We want to be on the farm and give the farmer his farm back to debush in 5-6 months and be off the farm. At the same time, we addressed the social challenge on the farm of having 200-300 people on the farm. We're currently sitting with 14 people on the farm, and we're doing the same production just because we're utilizing the machines differently.
Well, it is a clear indication that indeed businesses should diversify. And next up, we head over to our weather report for the day.
Taking a look at the weather in the central north, Okahanya and Otjiwarongo are partly cloudy and warm, with thunder showers expected on Sunday. Spotty rain is forecast for Tsumeb and Grootfontein from today until Monday, along with mild temperatures. And Okakarara is partly cloudy and warm, with some thunderstorms expected on Sunday, whereafter it will clear.
Well, viewers, we have come to the end of our show here today of the Regional Review. If you guys have anything newsworthy, please do not hesitate to contact me at enzo@myzone.com.na. See you guys again next week, Thursday.